if they can avoid that, if they can keep the peel going, or if they can set themselves up, as you said, for their own engage. Maybe WLGaming can make it, but right now, Anno may be feeling themselves a bit more than they did before because they are going for an invade here. And I don't believe they've been spotted yet. Irus, if he walks up a little bit too far, this could be all she wrote.
They are willing to go to the bot side, clear that wave, but Bananito insta-recalled. Good for him, he's not getting caught, but that cheeky late invade play from the side of Anorthosis, and in response they're going to get warded in their inventory. I don't think that Brunes will try to counter jungle anything. He was just deciding between which camp he wants to ward, because many times Spooky starts with those weird camps. He's one of the players who starts Raptors on Vi with his Z to clear them all, starts maybe even the Wolves who are a bit tankier, and then tries to get his buff for later on the game to have it for more duration and be able to fight with them. Now he has the lens. Oh, and that's level 2 faster for Malphite.
Oh, Vi took the ward though, so I don't know if it's actually going to give them the XP. They already got 1 ward, so they will be able to get that level 2 off 6 minions instead of 7. It's a nice little start against this Gwen, as we already talked about. S0 going to have a bit of a better lane right now in the bot lane. What's going on? WLGaming into a bit of a fight with Anno, and iLevi taking a lot of damage at the end of that one, but Jedus getting half HP'd, already having to flash out.
Yes, somehow iLevi once again managed to harpoon him in, get his flash. That's so important for a Jinx. It doesn't matter if you lose the same HP as a Pyke, because you have that stupidly overpowered passive. You just go into Fog of War, you regen some of your HP that you lost, and you're just back in the game. What matters, however, is that also Lentos used 2 of his pots. That means that right now the HP is relatively the same for both of those carries, and neither one has a huge advantage. Maybe the Jinx if they want to recall here, but if they recall here, this is a really good freeze, or a slow push actually, set up from the side of Anno.
On that plays from the bot side. It's what we wanted to see in game 1. Early advantages getting executed on. And I feel like Anno have warmed up. They are ready to go in this game. See if they can keep their cool like they did in game 2 though. Very important to scale this one out, as right now Zero able to get a bit of a trade onto Aleph. We do expect him to have a bit of a better time, but as we said, can the weak side king keep himself strong? And this is a beautiful situation for Anno in the bot lane.
Yeah, they let the wave push into them. Now they're just keeping it, trying to just use a little bit of their spells to trade. There's a nice trade from Ho-Ho in the mid lane. He plays with Electrocute, and that really shocks Vladdy, as it seems. But there's also a trap in the bottom lane waiting for Anno, because Brunes is already there, and if I were Bananito, I would get hooked by that.
Yeah, you could bait it in, you could basically trade it as, ooh, Levy, you gotta be careful. You don't want to be getting caught. But if the longer this waits, by the way, Brunes is losing a lot of time. Vi is also on their way down. Spooky might make it down here before the play even works out. And he's actually just lost a load of tempo. They know that he was there. They now go for the hook, and Bananito is going to be able to channel that hook before. We'll get that slide away. But a great stall-out play from Anno.
Yeah, and right now I think if they saw Brunes, they can invade in his jungle. They know if they press up, they see 16 minions. How is he here with 16 minions with the red buff? That means he hasn't gotten his blue buff. But on the other hand, Spooky seems to want to gank some lanes instead. He starts charging his Q.
Flash Q, maybe? Not going to go for it. Not in range. Not going to be set up nicely. Not worth it. Is Ilef going to be taken pretty low though? Should be able to clear this wave and maybe just base when this one is gone by going up to the top side. And also will put pressure onto Hesero to go away from their lane, because your jungler is nowhere near, because they took a whole load of time waiting in that bot lane bush.
Yeah, and for now, Zero picks Rock in the top side. It's really easy for a Gwen to outtrade a Malphite, especially since the Malphite plays with Grasp. He gets the scaling option, the save option. He doesn't want to fight early on. He's not maxing Q. He's not pushing cheese wheels on top of you so that you smell and get damage from that smell. No, he's just scaling. He's just a tank. He's just a rock waiting for the teamfight game.
Who's Paper in League of Legends?
Ivern.
Damn.
Or Maokai, I don't know.
That's dark.
I mean, I'm so. Oh no, there's a whole set of skins, the papercraft skins.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, come on, Lee, drop a paper person, man. You got the scissors, you got the rock. Make the trifecta, you know. But either way, Anno are just abusing this bot lane, by the way. They are getting gold leads, they're getting CS leads. Now, maybe iLevy has made them a little bit too far here. They're going to stay one more wave, but Spooky can pick up the wave or maybe even help them freeze it outside this tower. And to be honest, pretty close. They're going to go in for the aggressive iLevy. He's just going for it, and there's the damage. Spooky with the left, the right, the cross, and the uppercut to pick up that kill. First blood in the bot lane, and Bananito looks like he's going to be falling as well. Nautilus gets punched in the mouth, and he is out cold. 2 kills to Spooky.
1 punch and they're not looking for more. 2 kills for Spooky, and he's not going any of these tanky Vi builds. No, we see the Conqueror. We see right now the Caulfield Warhammer. Maybe some of you are thinking, hey, this might be a Black Cleaver. No, it's a Divine Sun or their HP spikers, but there's a kill.
Jungle, 2 kills already down. Brunes has struck his iron into the side of Anno. Will be going down, surely. Surely they find him here. Oh, you are so healthy compared to... Oh, yeah. Goodbye.
And that's a shutdown with 2 assists. That's really nice from the side of Ho-Ho. And he got a double kill there. He killed iLevy as well. Brunes is really happy with that trade. He got himself back on track. He has the same CS as Spooky. He now has the same kills as well. So he's really happy to be closing that gold ringer as soon as possible. He needs it in order to stay safe, to stay healthy in all of these fights, because he will be placing himself in the midst of 4 or 5 champions. That's what Jin Zhao does. He wants to get in, get annoying, get a burst of damage, and then ult away so you lose your position. Now, he managed to get there faster, but he's still 2 stacks behind from Spooky. And I think that Spooky's ultimate is really better for when you're not playing a team fight, but you're just ganking.
Yeah, Crescent Guard, great for splitting up a team fight. But there is something about cease and desist that is just worrying. You know, if you're an ADC, you see level 6 Vi, you know it's over.
Yep, you know it's coming. You don't have anything to counter it. You're not playing a Jinx, you're not playing a Xayah, you're just a sitting duck, a sitting Jinx there, waiting to get jinxed yourself and die, because how are you surviving? If the Vi gets ahead, if she managed to get the Divine Thunder, which I think she'll get, because there's no need for a cleaver here. Nobody is building armor from the enemy. What are you cleaving? Just the 30 base armor that they have? No, it's irrelevant. Your W does enough work for that already. The Divine Thunder right now will keep you healthy, will keep you punchy, and will give black eyes to all of your enemies.
Let's keep tabs on those builds right now. Talking about black eyes, Herald is going to get one, gets taken down. Brunes is going to use this opportunity to go and get those Raptors. However, Vladdy might need some help, as there's a whole lot of people in his mid lane, but does keep the distance. Although, Parallel Convergence just going to be short, and there's the hook coming out from Bananito, but it doesn't catch who he initially wanted. But in goes Brunes, going to be going aggressive on the Spooky, gets the knock up, and Spooky goes down. Brunes strikes again, and it's going to be Vladdy that picks up the kill.
Oh no, Spooky pays for the sins of his teammates. One didn't get caught, the other got caught because he didn't expect to be in the line of fire, and Spooky in the end dies. Has no flash, has the ultimate, but wait!
But they're coming back! There is the redemption. Bananito going to go down. Ho-Ho making some sort of reparations to get their state back on track. But Brunes is going to be able to use this time to take the dragon first, going over to WLGaming.
Oh, what a game, honestly, what a game we're having. Action left, right, and center. I can never speak, I'm merely a color caster, and this, my friends, is a GLL game. We have a lot of action, a lot of deaths, 7 kills in 9 minutes of a game, and we're gonna see so much more. iLevy, this time, with his spike, really seems to be having his side of the game. Yes, he's died once, but look at those 4 assists, 100% KP, and he managed to hook everyone in this game at least once.
He is a hook lord. See if he can continue this player. Spooky now on the bot side, going to be setting up pretty nicely. WLG, if they hold too close here, could be in for a nasty surprise. But Hook going to go slightly wide there. And one in the vicinity, and it's going to be Spooky starts to walk away. Jerus and Bananito underneath their tower, pretty safe. We're going to see the blue buff given over to Vladdy as well by Brunes. And all in all, the game pretty close, but Anno have developed a 1k gold lead.
Yeah, now they have also the death from below. That means that any resets that Pi gets, they just manage to balloon the gold lead so much faster, and that's what they want. They want an Echo being fed, they want a Vi being fed. She indeed goes towards the Divine Sunder, and look, a gang towards the top side.
Although the recall, I think, should come through.
Oh no.
Cancel it. They know they're here, though. They know that they are around. Zero is aware. Brunet's also going to come through. There's the knockup, though, but it may not mean anything. That's going to be one picked up, and now here comes the TP as well. It's a 3v3 at the top side, and Vladdy is going to drop Spooky, and Elif is going to go down as well. Good dodge from Hoho to get away from Bananito, but a beautiful turnaround. 1 TP used, 2 kills gained. I call it worth.
A fantastic TP from Vladdy. They made a 3 versus 3, a 4 versus 3 at this moment, and they had used so many key ultimates, assist and desist, the unstoppable force, all of that has been used, and Ilevi was not in on the rotate, he was not part of the play. On the other side, Bananito was, and his crowd control was invaluable for the side of WLGaming. That's how they won this fight. What does Ilevi gain on the other side? Absolutely nothing.
They were maybe trying to make a pick onto Jeros underneath that tower, but the wave wasn't in a good state, as now Hesero and Hoho going for a scrap. But in comes Spooky, and a big punch to kick it off. One more, and it is going to be Hesero that hits the floor. Tower now in their sights. Even when Anno are put behind, they come back swinging, keeping that gold lead.
Wait, that's first start blood immediately, because they have the Shin, they have the Echo who just melts start whenever he can start auto-attacking and gets his in, and they have the Herald as well. First start blood for Spooky and for Hoho on his signature Echo. They're gonna get so further ahead. And Golden Dodge, oh nice dodge.
Golden Toes goes up into the air, gets the root on Bananito, but he isn't taking tower shots, and there is the kill. Jinx with the rocket, finds it, sneaks it past Ilef. And it's going to be enough to take the kill. And as we said, tower in the top side is going to be going down, with WLG making plays on the other side.
That's my cast accuracy. He dodged well, but he ulted really soon just to get some roots in. He gets the heal, but then jumps back into the gravity field, back into the chompers, and gets punished for it. If he would just play defensively, I think the play would have been fine, but he graded for more, and WLGaming is really swiftly punishing all those graders.
Now game state still very much in the favor of Anno ever so slightly, but it does feel like both teams are willing to play. And you know what, I'm excited. We talked about how the game was a little bit slow in game 1 and 2, the early stages, very kind of lethargic, not many plays being made. Game 3, they came out swinging, they're ready to trade, they're ready to fight, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, that is the GLL state of the game right now. And look, the way Anno is playing, you don't know if they're just inting, if they are in an illegal position, or if they are cooking something. Hezero is in the silent, he's alone, he has a stacked wave under the enemy turret, but he's too afraid to auto-attack it, because time and time again, Anno punishes all those plays where you least expect it. But on the other side, WLGaming is still feeling confident. 3-0 to Victor, 1-1-0 Jerus. He's been farming quite well for this game, and they are still scaling to oblivion.
The bone skewer coming in, it's so lethal. Every time it drags you back, you feel a little bit of fear. He looks for Bruno, he's going to get him. There's the ignite, but a good Crescent Guard will hold them off. But there is the damage going in from Vi, but so much is turned back, and the rocket going to be enough to pick it up. But now it is going to be Golden Toast able to get so much down. Vladdy in trouble here, going to be able to flash away and does get out. Jerus able to support from the side with a bit more damage, but has to run. Hoho looking for the kill, but not going to be able to get into range.
Yeah, now Ilif is in a bit of a weird scenario because he has no flash.
Oh, Hesero should pick this up. It's a clean kill. Vladdy takes the credit, and once again, WLG just finding enough to push them over the edge to get that win in a team fight and put behind Anno.
Yeah, and every time you see Anno trying to make their shenanigans and WLGaming is there to match with the numbers, then you know that WLGaming has a key to that lock. But Anno still gets some really nice kills. They get some summoners out. However, unfortunately for them, the kills end up to Jerus and Vladdy. 404, 2-1 to the Jinx, and they start scaling and that is so frightening if you're a Nano fan. You need some way to find them. Can you trust the Rock?
Can you trust the Rock? We'll have to find out. It just feels like it's a very difficult situation. I feel like Spooky has been having some great moments, but you need to hold that cease and desist for a carry. Going on to Brunez, especially when he has the Crescent Guard, doesn't really open you up to much success. And it's kind of a reason why they weren't really able to get too much into that fight. But there is the Echo going in. Looks for the steal. Also able to get away. Threatening play from the mid lane.
Yeah, they only wish for a miracle still because the new Spooky's on the other side of the map. They're trying to make their Rift Herald their own, trying to press on their advantage. Right now for Anno, gold is better than neutral objectives. They know they have dropped two Drakes, they know that they might put themselves in the pinch, but they need to get ahead. They still have the Pike, they still have an Echo, and the Xayah gets outscaled from Jinx and gets outscaled from all of the range that WLGaming can provide. There's the Mist, there's the Crescent Guard, all of that leaves Xayah unable to deal any damage. So what do we want? To just balloon their lanes ahead, and that's what they're gonna try to do with the next Herald.
As you said, the Rock, is it going to be valuable? Hasn't managed to pick up their first item just yet. Still in the purchasing phase. Feels like they're kind of buying a couple of items at the same time, and I do think that is kind of hindering them a little bit. They need him to be an important part of these team fights. Needs to be starting off the team fights, to be honest. And again, I think as Anno gets more into a grouping stage, they do increase their chances of winning. But if WLG are already too far ahead, it is going to be too late to matter.
Yeah, they're gonna need him to be rock solid here. You're gonna need him to be really sturdy, and they're gonna need him to rename to Dwayne because he needs to be Dwayne the Rock Johnson in this game to carry. He needs to be really solid. He doesn't need to get ahead, but he needs to be clinical in all those teamfights. However, this is a first game scenario where Anno wins in the side lane so far, and this time we see them trying to capitalize on that. 2 turrets on the top side, 1 turret round both.
Spooky going to go aggressive onto Brunez. He's going to get the knock. Oh, the damage to come through. Beautiful pick up there. And now on the Banito, they do go. They're looking for more, but they have to be careful. Bloody on the other side needs to be aware of that one. Chaos Storm is going to go down to Hero now, dropping the needle work. But Golden Toad's going to go into the air. Will survive. Will dodge out the hook. And Anno get away with 1 pick for nothing. A beautiful in and out job sorted. And Anno get away scot-free.
And that's a really wonderful pick because you also leave Aelif on the top side. He just farms, he gets closer to his items, he's gonna be tankier, he's gonna be sturdier, he's gonna have all those extra points in his ultimate ability. Level 16 ultimate from Malphite. It doesn't sting, it hurts. Literally, the base damage is unbearable for any immobile carry to deal with. You instantly lose a third of your HP. He uses W, he uses Q and E, you lose another third of your HP. How will you survive? And he already has access to the jug, so that means if he gets his ultimate, if every other member of WLGaming turns against him, it's only for his advantage. He starts draining your health, draining your resistances. How do you answer? There's nothing that can shred him apart from a Gwen at this moment.
In trouble, gonna get stunned. The damage coming out from Hor is big, but is it enough to take him down? A little bit more could do it. He's gonna get dragged back, but he stays alive for a little bit longer than they maybe would have liked. Just about lives. The rocket almost doing the damage, but it will not pick up the kill. And Anno saying we are still very much in this game. And if you look at the gold, they're actually 3,000 gold in the lead.
All those turrets are starting to stack up. All this gold is starting to get heavy in their pockets. All those plays are so liminal. Nobody ever broke over there. Nobody sneezed, because if anyone would have sneezed, iLevi would have died from that play. It's so close. And let's look at the individual goals, because Ho-Ho is ahead. Aelif is almost in the same goal. He's less than 1,000 goal ahead, and that's good for him. Spooky is almost 2k ahead from his counterpart. He's so strong at the moment.
He is so strong indeed. This is stacking up. The players that have made this series are performing. And right now, they are actually going to be doing Baron together. The duo Echo Vi Baron. Words I did not think I was saying today.
I mean, it makes sense. You have Shredding with Shin Vi, and you have a Nacious Tooth, Ho-Ho with an Echo. Nacious Tooth does damage to objective. Echo with his passive does damage to objective with 0 cooldowns. They melted this 20-minute Baron with 2 items each, and right now they have a huge power spike.
I know on a different way though. You talked about shenanigans when we spoke about this team before today. I was thinking, okay, yeah, maybe a couple weird picks here and there, but the Baron play, I know, are making it known that they know what to do, but WLG are still in a strong position. They have control of the Dragon. They're going to start this one up, and Anno needs to get it.
Oh, teleport, the teleport from Ho-Ho.
Could be it. Ho-Ho on the back of this fight, and they're grouping up. We know what that means. Looking for Ilif to get a big knock up here. Bruno's going to be pushed away. They're now going to be able to play front to back for a little bit longer. Ilif still holding on to that ultimate. Smooky, though, needs to be careful. Going to go into stasis. We'll get some time. There's a knock up. That's on 2, and they get 2. There's another kill, and absolutely obliterated them in this fight. WLG tried to play time, but Anno are the confident winners of that fight.
Oh, no, more like, yes! Oh my god, what a team fight! That was a wombo combo of the flipping goats. Anno scrapes the floor with WLGaming. Alif teleport stop. They want it all. They want to open the base of WLGaming wide. And right now they are confidently sitting in the in the driver's seat. Can they park the car till the end? There's only one last hurdle for them to get into the main stage groups.
They don't need to win the game right now. It's 22 minutes. It's early doors. They're up 9k. They need to play it cool, calm, collected, and clinically, which is the big word for them right now. Go back to the game 2, where you played it structure by structure, piece by piece. You didn't just dive in for the win. They have the Baron for another minute. They can walk in waves, get tier 2s, use it as an economy generating Baron, build your lead further, and take these games piece by piece. Echo moving to the top side. Ho-Ho is a lethal weapon, and Hezero is potentially in trouble, going to be getting super low, and Hezero tries to turn it back around, but with the chrono break, it looks like Ho-Ho was having a little scrap with a duck in the river.
Can we check if that's a recording? Because that's the same thing that happened in the first game. The only difference is that Anno has capitalized on that. They have learned from the mistake. They did a little bit of sneaky VOD reviewing with their coach between the games, because this is what it means to learn from your mistakes. And it looks like a blue side domination at this moment, because they used almost nothing. They used only the parallel convergence. Look at the cooldown, it's already halfway up, and they're pushing 3 waves. Spooky's in the mid lane. Levi is just making sure that nobody sneaks in behind, and they're trying to get everything all at once.
Baron has run out now, so they need to be a little bit more careful. The waves can be pushed out. Vladdy obviously does have a load of wave clear in that mid lane, so the death ray is going to be able to clean those up. But be very much aware, Anno are winning team fights. They're able to play these ones well, but Vladdy has still not died. The hope for WLG is very much there, and they can come back into this game.
Yeah, the young prodigy, the mid laner, he said that he's gonna win the GLL in his second attempt. He didn't, he won it in the third, but he's so good. He's been maturing every day. He used to be a Yasuo, Yone OTP, maybe even a Sylas. On a good day, he would int on a rise. No, this is not the same. He's here to try to get his team forward. He's really serious about it. He's 4-0-4. This scoreline cannot be found, but he needs to be sturdy. He needs to be rock solid, and he's facing an actual rock. Alif has been clinical with his ultimate. Ho-Ho is so cool. Look at this hat. It says cool hat, and it helps him one-shot even faster. Also, 10 stacks on his death bane. Right now, if he managed to find you isolated, you're done for.
Ooh, talking about isolated, Hezero, we've seen this happen time and time again. This time though, no Echo. Maybe can duel out these two, but it's taking a lot of damage. He's dipping a bit back, but there's the knock-up from the Malphite. Will secure the kill. And Anno find another weak link. They open up the map for themselves, 4 versus 5. And they're going potentially for a dive. Not going to commit fully. Levi just missing the bone skewer. And right now, going very deep. Will get away though, as they manage to push them back. Anno should be able to take down this tower in the tier 2 bot lane. Another one biting the dust. 1 minute on Drake, 56 on Baron. Objectives are spawning, and potential win is dawning for Anno if they can keep on this pressure.
Yeah, and right now maybe they need to sacrifice one of those two objectives because they are inconveniently stacked up and you cannot push further. You need the Unstoppable Force, you need the Power Convergers, you need the Gale Force from Golden Toggles. The cooldown of the Gale Force is so ridiculously high but so important. Oh!
No way, Vladdy. Able to stay alive. Chrono Break used. Or not wanting to commit too much. Chaostorm also taken out of that fight. Both mid laners losing their ultimates, but only one of them lost their flash, and that was Vladdy.
And the flash is so important, we cannot lessen this cooldown. What's important for Vladdy? He still has access to that really important stopwatch. It's Echo's item in the lore, but he can make it his if he managed to find a good timer. Those 2.5 seconds of invulnerability can really make or break a game.
Oh, Levy in trouble here. Oh! Kill! Takes up the Shincho and gets away. Spooky now going aggressive on Domanito, and it could be the last fight of this game. I believe they're going to be able to separate them. They get the kill. There is the death from below. 3 members of WLG alive. The Baron is going to be Anno's. A beautiful pick from the support mid duo.
I thought he was playing Gecko, not Shaco, because now you see him, now you don't. He disappeared in the blink of an eye, and I think this is kind of over. This is another free Baron, then they can just reset, rotate to the Drake, get another Drake, not because they need it, but because the extra damage can really prove useful in extra one-shotting your opponent. And this time, Ho-Oh does not repeat the same mistakes. If you remember, he could not ult once, he was down in the chompers. Look at this inventory. There's a stopwatch. You can stopwatch while you're in the chompers. It's only a route. It's not a stun. This is his item. He's gonna make it use. He's gonna use it. Sorry, to the full extent.
Dragon claimed the second for Anno. Takes away the potential for soul points for WLG, and they are being pushed back into their base. We talked about 30 minutes, how they don't like playing the game when there's a lot of structures. They've only taken 1 in this game, and they only have 5 towers left. 3 inhib towers stand, 2 Nexus. That is all that Anno has to take now, and they have the Baron buff. 2 more minutes on this one. They're pushing in these waves.
They have all of their flashes. They have all of their ultimate. Vlad is still missing the flash. Oh no!
Manito, too far. You are gone. And now the double stun. There's the knock on. They're going massive. And Anno have spread their wings. They've taken flight. And they've absolutely demolished WLG.
And this is the best revenge story they could have wished for. This team was not made to dominate the GLL. It was made for something further, to do great things in EU Masters, to reach where only one other Greek team has ever reached, and that's what they're gonna do. Do they deserve it, you ask? Yes, they do, for 1911 reasons.